welcome to another episode of Shuffling Thoughts. We believe this is episode number 5, video blog number 5. I think we got this whole voice thing figured out, where it's not putting me into that James Earl Jones octave level. Turns out it was mostly to do with the gain settings. I had to turn it up so I didn't have to yell into the microphone, and it turns out whenever you turn up that gain setting, on my microphone, it would deepen the voices coming through, deepen the sounds. Who knew? I mean, that's good to know whenever I want to narrate something, I guess. But I wasn't looking to really narrate at the moment. So let's go on and get into what I want to talk about today, starting with companions and EDH. Prediction, if you will be getting used a lot more once people realize how strong they actually are. They give you quite the advantage. I don't know if you looked at Legacy this week, but Lurel, however you want to pronounce it, just dominated the rankings. Every deck's trying to fit it in that can, and Mishra's bobble with it, because why not if you can? That free extra card draw every turn, oof, seems good. The restrictions, not a restriction at all, come to find out, when so many decks can play it. My experience in MTGA playing against the companions just tells me they are good. They are really good. I don't think it's just going to be one of those things that's going to be restricted to a 1v1. It's only good in 1v1. Nah. Once people start playing against decks with companions in them, they'll see the lights, and they'll start building their own decks with these companions in them. I don't know if they're going to make more companions, but let's just say if they do, let's hope they at least don't keep them. They keep them in check. They keep the power levels down, because right now they are just really good with what you would think would be really strong restrictions, but they're just not. There's, especially in Commander, where the card pool is just so much larger, that there's almost always a card that will do what you want. Can't find one that'll work, there'll be another. Sure, there might be some more restrictions on it. It might pay a little bit more to do the same thing, but in Commander, that's fine, as long as you're not playing competitive Commander anyway. It's fine. But speaking of competitive Commander, prices are going nuts. If you look down below, I linked over to Heroes and Legends video that John put out today. Drinking my coffee while I watched it, and yeah, prices are going nuts. I think he's right that because the big warehouses are all shut down, you don't have a lot of supply in the market, so a lot of the cards that are in demand for EDH are going up, and people are getting, and this is what I think, is that people are getting their stimulus checks, and they're like, save money? No. Magic cards. Give me them magic cards. And yeah, stimulus money equal magic cards. So why not? I think that's pushing it quite a bit. I think the market would not be what it is right now if it wasn't for those stimulus checks. But to that note, I need to go back through my collections and pull some out. I sold some stuff early. I'm gonna be honest. I sold some Consecrated Sphinx. I might have some more to put up on there. quite a few cards that I have copies of. I'm probably going to be putting a couple doubling seasons on there. I know I have 2 sitting in a drawer right now. So they're in near mint condition. But yeah, lower supply. But you know, Pauper is a thing. Pauper Commander is a thing. Take an uncommon creature, make that commander, and put 99 commons in there and just get after it. It's the closest thing you can get. Not the closest thing. It's fair magic. That's all. It's magic that doesn't seem broken. If you like Battlecruiser EDH, oh man, Pauper is for you. There's no planeswalkers. There's no companions. There's no mana crypts. There's none of that stuff that's in the rare. Well, as long as it was never printed below rare, right? As long as it was printed at common at one point. So yeah, you can see a Rhystic Study, but I mean, really, would you really see that? I'm never gonna say never, but highly unlikely. But Pauper EDH is fun. I played a couple of games, not many, I'll admit, but I wouldn't mind taking some of my Pauper EDH decks that I have up for sale on my my Pauper EDH store, taking them into play EDH and just seeing how they do in the janky level. I wouldn't take them to mid or obviously high powered, because they really are just jank. But they're synergistic jank. They're not looking to win on before turn 10, likely. But I built them out of my collection, and they do the things that they're supposed to do. They're built around their commanders. That's for sure. So yeah, that's why prices are going nuts. I believe is stimulus checks and lower supply, as John indicates in his video that I linked to down below. Well, if I was to buy a box right now of Magic, what would I buy? I would probably buy a Mystery Boosters box, just because I believe that would provide the most staples, the most cards that I would actually use out of a box to play EDH. If I was, I don't think that I would be looking for something outside of Mystery Boosters box. If I was just looking for cards to play out of the box that I opened. And for value-wise, didn't think about that, but it'd probably be Kaladesh or Aether Revolt, just because they have the best lottery cards. Or if you want to look at Battle for Zendikar, yeah. Not Oath of the Gatewatch, because that one had the worst Masterpiece lands. Battle for Zendikar had the better ones. That was one that had Steam Vents, the Shocks in it. So, yeah. Wouldn't really look into old sets, because I mean, I guess you could, but man, the initial investment's just harsh, especially right now. Which brings me to why do I play EDH? Why do you play EDH? Let me know in the comments below. I play EDH because, well, when I started playing EDH, I was not interested in building decks with 4 copies of whatever. I know today it's much more. You don't just put 4 copies of a card. 4 copies of 4 cards in a deck anymore, really. I guess unless it's burn. I don't know, but trying to figure out synergies and combos between 100 cards, right? Not counting lands, I guess. So basically 30 to 60 cards is the fun part. So take El Shahir. You're casting non-creature spells with Kaikar. You're making tokens which boost up Elsha there. and you're doing the thing with the things. So there's lots of ways to synergize and combo with your commander, and it's fun. And figuring those things out is just as fun for me as actually playing EDH. But fun is the name of the game. It's really not about winning. It honestly isn't, unless you're playing competitive EDH, which is fine. I really feel like its own little sub format. I know people say, competitive EDH is EDH, but it's really not. I feel like it's not, because the philosophy behind CEDH is different than EDH. When you're playing CEDH, you're playing to win. That's the goal. Sure, having fun is there, but it's not the goal. It's not what everyone is trying to achieve. Sure, every game there's probably going to be a winner. You have those oddball draw games, but the points and the philosophy that you see on mtgcommander.net is fun. That's why Paradox Engine, my dude, I miss you, his band. That's why Iona's band is that the list is there to help indicate that the format is about fun. First and foremost, it's about fun. To that end, I shoved Chaos Wand, which I love that card. Let me look through here real quick. I love that card. It's basically like a Chaos Warp, but without the actual warping part. Mostly just the Chaos part. And see, the first activation, it cost 3 to cast, and then 4 to activate it. So you're 7 mana deep. That's one. Let's see. That's not far off from Expropriate, right? That's Star of Extinction level casting. So, Variance Chaos. If that is such a there we go. Okay. So you tap 4, tap it. Target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put all the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom in a random order. Now, that card has like one time out of so many activations, it has not worked. But I hold out hope. I hold it deep. But I've shoved it into 11 decks this week. The card was super cheap, like quarter or whatever. About I don't know, a few weeks after release. So I went ahead and picked up a bunch of copies for like $3. Sure, why not? Nobody else wants this card. Log it a lot. So I shoved it into a bunch of decks, and because in the end, it ain't about winning. It really ain't. And because it really ain't about winning, I'm okay with proxies, especially if you own it. Like, there's a few proxies that I have that I don't own. Survival of the Fittest, Gaia's Cradle. Those being just the two that come off my old brain stem. But there's proxies in Wasteland. I own the Eternal Masters version, but I have the gold border here. And I have another one in here, which is going to be Wrath of God. I like the art. I like the gold border. I really wish they would not have stopped printing the World Championship decks. I think that would have been a great way to get copies of cards. Listen, the gold borders are printed on the same printers as regular Magic cards. So there's no reason why they can't just keep on printing the World Championship decks. But here we are, without Championship decks, and there's just, you know what it is. It's you know what, I'll save that for another video. Probably save that for next week. But just go watch the Profs, the Tolarian Community College's video on Secret Layers Godzilla Lands. I'll go ahead and link that in the comments below, right below the Heroes and Legends link. And that'll just know that I agree. I agree with his estimation, his summary of what these products achieve for WotC, for Wizards of the Coast. All right, good talk, everybody. Feel like this was a good episode, good video blog. We're over 16 minutes in. Seems like a good place to stop. So, goodbye.